President, your first 100 days has far exceeded that of any other presidency in this country, ever. Never seen anything like it. Thank you.
What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Let's take a look at why so many people might be unhappy with Trump's performance. It might have something to do with the gap between what Trump promised and what he's delivered. For instance, the economy.
America is going to be very rich again, and it's going to happen very quickly.
I think our economy is going to roar. I think our stock market's going to do great.
When I win the election, we will immediately begin a brand new Trump economic boom. It'll be a boom.
Unfortunately, I do think it's pretty clear that on the economy, Donald Trump did make a boom boom. He made a little boom boom. Oh, did Trump go boom boom?
Got him! Got him!
How does it go again? Promises made, promises what?
We are going to start the largest mass deportation in the history of our country, and we are going to start with violent criminals. We're going to get people out that are criminals and horrible people.
So are we taking out the lectors? The worst of the worst?
Last week's deportations included 3 American children, all U.S. citizens. One of them is battling cancer.
Oh, my God. Are you what?
Well, it's been a long 100 days, folks. Yeah, I'm actually 19. This is just the effects. I'm only joking. I'm just fishing for a compliment. But anyway, holy shit show.
And we're here tonight in the heartland of our nation to celebrate the most successful first 100 days of any administration in the history of our country. And that's according to many, many people. This is the best, they say, 100-day start of any president in history, and everyone is saying it. We've just gotten started. You haven't even seen anything yet. It's all just kicking in.
President talking tariffs and the economy. If you look at our new Fox News poll at 100 days job approval compared to other presidents, there you see the president at 44%. And you see his first term at 45% at this mark, the 100-day mark. We have other new polls that are revealing some concerns about the economy. Let's talk about that.
And here to point out the sheer lack of promises kept was Daily Show host Jon Stewart. Stewart appeared on The Daily Show with a cartoonishly long fake beard to signify 100 days of Donald Trump's second administration. 100 days that, if you were in said cult, you would be led to believe resulted in record-breaking approval ratings, when in reality, the only record Trump set was an 80-year record for low approval.
What do you make of the judge's analysis? I don't see any holes in it.
I see a few. It's like, is it Swiss cheese? That's the holiest of all the cheeses. She's looking at me and smiling at me. We just have to keep looking ahead. So those of you at home know we're still friends. I heard he has nothing to prove. The cabinet's totally in sync and he's crushing it. And if any of that were true, he wouldn't be out there lying about everything from election results to how his first 100 days has been. It is the worst first 100 days for a president in 70 years.
That's not true.
And it's objectively true, actually.
No, it's not objectively true.
And we can't interrupt when we're in... No, it's based on the data on approval rating. That's what it's based on. The approval ratings for all of the presidents, and his being the lowest.
But as the internet is forever, Stewart brought out receipts, playing a series of clips of the administration touting Trump's second term as an unqualified success, followed by then counter compilation of news clips outlining the sheer chaos of the first 100 days, including economic volatility over Trump's tariffs, outrage over Elon Musk's, quote, Department of Government Efficiency, and of course his dire approval ratings, even on Fox News, before Stewart just ripped him apart over his lack of kept promises.
Unfortunately, I do think it's pretty clear that on the economy, Donald Trump did make a boom boom.
He came in on January 20th. So this is Biden. And you could even say the next quarter is sort of Biden, because it doesn't just happen on a daily or an hourly basis. But we're turning it around. It's a big ship to turn around. And we're going to have the greatest country financially in the history of the world, I believe. I think we're going to do things and we had to do it. We reset the table. We were being ripped off by every single country with just about, without exception. I'd have to really think hard for who hasn't taken advantage. And I don't even blame those countries. I blame the person that was sitting right here where I am for allowing it to happen, where our country was ripped off on trade hundreds of billions of dollars. And now we're doing better than we've done in a long time.
Incredible days. And over the first 100 days, the majority of policies that we've seen from the Trump administration have been either targeted at foreign affairs, such as bringing the American hostages home, or attempting to end the war between Ukraine and Russia, or on long-term goals such as cutting government spending with DOGE. What policies can we expect to see rolled out over the next few months that Americans will directly feel the effects of in order to secure the 2026 midterms for the Republican Party and keep his approval rating historically high?
And we're in this position because we've been sold this idea of Trump as the master, the art of the deal. Only he can bring these nations to heel. It is all bullshit.
And as I'll keep reiterating, right, this sentiment is not just echoed within the echelons of liberal thought, but across the country at Republican town halls, amongst congressional Republicans, and yes, even on Fox News airwaves, of all places.
But I want to know, why has Congress, including yourself, taken limited action to address the Trump executive order establishing DOGE and hiring Musk without congressional approval or even through thorough background? With the action and plans of DOGE and what they have done so far, and how much is DOGE getting paid for all of the things that they're doing?
Millions. Thank you. Just getting paid. Actually, there's a lot of young entrepreneurs, very wealthy, that don't need all of what they do. They do it just a favor to the country. About DOGE, because I actually work personally very close with them. I was a former editor. They're
when you look at gas now at $3.18 a gallon. But since Inauguration Day, they're actually up. Gas prices since Election Day up 2.6%, since Inauguration Day up 2%. When are those gas prices going to start to come down?
Oh, I think you'll see it. You'll see it. There's a supply chain lag of oil going in and refined products. Also, we've seen some growth in gasoline demand. You know, as people drive more and travel more, that the demand pushes it up. But I think you'll see gasoline prices drift down in the next few months, and you might see oil drift the other way.
Welcome back. We have breaking news right now. We're getting the GDP in for the first quarter, and it is a contraction, negative 0.3%. This is the first contraction since the first quarter of 2022. Markets this morning have reversed. The Dow Industrials right now down 115 points on this contraction of the GDP. First quarter GDP, first read. We've got more coming up in terms of advances, but the first read on the first quarter GDP is in fact a contraction, down 0.3% versus an estimate of up 0.3%. First contraction since first quarter 2022. Markets reversing, down at the lows of the day, down 139 right now on the Dow Industrials.
You see, not every poll can be rigged. Not every dissenter can be a lib with Trump derangement syndrome. And maybe, just maybe, the problem's you, mate.
He said he wasn't a member of a gang, and then they looked, and on his knuckles he had MS-13.
There's a dispute.
But wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshopped. So let me
That was Photoshopped. Terry, you can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. I picked you, Terry. But you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
and you think
agree
it was
to disagree.
Photoshop? Well,
Here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine, sir.
Terry,
I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why people no longer believe the news, because
when
it's
he was
fake
photographed
news.
in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go on. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
They weren't
Take a look
there,
at the
but
photograph.
they're there now, right?
No,
but
they're in your picture.
Terry.
Ukraine, sir.
He's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay?
Well, we'll take a look.
You do such a disservice.
We'll take a look at
Why
that,
don't you
sir.
just say, yes, he does, and
Love this video? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch and help us blow past 1 million followers.